Happy Hump Day. Anchor Will here for the Now Morning Show as we continue conversations that you need to know. Some of the events that are occurring that you should add to your calendar are actually meant to benefit marginalized communities. I will explain what I'm talking about, and to help me do so this morning, I'm joined by Chanel Cannell. I was eating up my words, excited because I feel like a sister in arms. She is the executive member representing the village Wallawah this morning as she gets us ready for their upcoming mixer. And as I was telling you before the break, good morning and welcome.
Thank
but you know I love to shop, so I'm excited about this next version. Since we've met the first, and now we are evolving. How are you and how have you grown?
Thank you so much for that question, Anika. I love how you said Wallawah, the vibe of that. That's exactly the kind of vibe that we are creating for our patrons and for our vendors on board. So last year when we started the initiative, we actually wanted to do it to give back to the community of Sangre Grande and other marginalized communities in the East. Because we felt as though there are a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of professionals coming out of those areas, and we kind of tend to do things in the Port of Spain or San Fernando and not really give back to the community. So that's why we started the initiative. But it has evolved tremendously from last year to now. A lot of persons from other areas outside of the areas that we've initially intended were so drawn to the idea of it. And that idea was creating not just an artisan market, but one that was focused on culture.
Right, it definitely is, because I didn't get to make it to the first one, but the plethora of offerings from, of course, your artisans. So you've got your jewelry, your craft, your candles, things like that. You got clothing, you got food, you've got performances. A lot of performances, pan performances, dances. I was impressed, to say the least.
Thank you.
So that the evolution looks like what exactly? Because that's kind of hard to top.
Well, this year, thanks to our lovely sponsors, we had 3 great sponsors come on board, Life in Trinidad and Tobago being our headlining sponsor, Digicel, and C15 Studios. And thanks to them, we were able to add additional sections to the market. So we're focusing this year particularly on games and entertainment. People who have local board games, garden games, they're coming in to do a section for children, for adults to enjoy. Culturally as well, we have stilt walking sessions, things that you want to learn how to do that's part of our culture. You can come and enjoy that on the day itself. This year in particular, we're excited about teaming up with the PADF Foundation. They're the Pan American Development Fund. They have a program with the Trinidad and Tobago Venezuelan Solidarity Program. And their aim is to integrate Venezuelan migrants into Trinidad and Tobago's economy. So they actually bought a section of the market specifically to house Venezuelan entrepreneurs who have products. And we're excited about that because what we realized, the shift and the focus this year has been is more focusing on growing the individual entrepreneurially. We want people to start focusing on not just doing the market circuits or the pop-ups, but how do I create a sustainable product moving forward throughout the rest of the year.
I see those conversations with Export TT being very necessary now.
Extremely.
Previous guests. In terms of the actual mixer that's happening on the 26th, though, this is what we can actually expect, yes?
Correct.
Does that mean, though, that you guys have already selected your persons who are going to participate? Has that closed down?
Well, the thing is, for the mixer, we're still taking patrons who are interested, people who are looking to start businesses or persons who have small businesses that are looking to expand. The market, unfortunately, is already sold out. We have over 75 vendors. All the spots are filled out, unfortunately. But on the 26th, which is this Saturday, we still have space for those who are interested in attending that full-day mixer. So we have panelists from Kariri, Maritime, Ministry of Trade with the Export TT program as well, C15 Studios Life in Trinidad. They're going to deliver key presentations on marketing, distribution, manufacturing, financing as well. So we really want to give all our vendors, all our entrepreneurs the opportunity to learn how to further grow their business, or even if you're looking to start a business.
Right, all the components that you need to start to continue to flourish, those are going to be there. So that's on the mixer, on the 26th. The actual market is taking place.
On the 30th of March, it's the Spiritual Baptist Liberation Holiday. It's a Wednesday. Doors open to patrons from 10 a.m. and we close off at 6 p.m. and it's free. It's free to all patrons because we really want to give our vendors the visibility and we don't want price to be a hamper at that. So you just come, ready to spend, ready to shop, ready to experience on the
Speaking my language. I know my husband is stressed right now. But I also wanted to ask, and I perhaps should have asked this at the top, it coinciding now with the Spiritual Baptist Day, what does Wallawah mean?
Oh, well, the term Wallawah, or Wallawah, I love how you say it. It actually means stop here or rest here. We wanted to pay homage to our first people of Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad's first indigenous name being Kairi. We wanted to pay homage to that because there are a lot of villages in the east that are still named after the indigenous terms. So we wanted Wallawah to be one of those indigenous terms.
And in that case, we definitely want you to stop there. But in the sense of stopping, taking us all in, experiencing what it offers before you move forward and progress.
Correct.
Let's talk a little bit, though, I guess to close things off, on what that culture and that economic growth actually means for not just the merchants, but the communities at large, just so that those at home get a sound idea of what they're getting into.
We realized, especially with what's going on in the world today, over the pandemic, we kind of conceptualized this. And during that time, there was a lot of change for persons in their personal life and their financial goals. So we realized the importance really should be on giving space, just giving space for people to think entrepreneurially. Because there are a lot of people who have business ideas, but they're kind of still stuck in the 9-to-5 kind of rotation. And we want people to not feel ashamed or fearful of taking that leap. And we want to give space to the people who usually don't get that opportunity to do that.
Beautiful. Now, speaking of taking up space, we women have been doing so all month long as we continue to celebrate International Women's Day.
Yes.
And I understand that we have an all-female executive on this team.
We do.
So as we wrap up the month that way, I mean, give me a little spice as how that works.
We actually noticed that this year and talked with our...
This year?
it wasn't like something that we went into and being like, we're going to make an all-female executive.
Yes.
But when we were in talks with our potential investors and stuff like that, they were like, wow, for a group of women, like, you're really holding the ship down, you know? And so in doing our figures this year as well, we realized that over 90% of the entrepreneurs on board are all women. And it just happened so naturally, and we were very excited to have the Ministry of Trade. They have a program called She Trades, which deals specifically with giving female entrepreneurs access to resources and giving them that platform. So you can be more than just what society deems you as a role of a woman. You know, you can add entrepreneur to that list as well, and we're doing that right now, and we're excited about it.
Well, I just might, at the very least, so I will be shopping because the mix is happening on the 26th, for which you are still welcoming merchants so that they can learn about how they can continue to grow their entrepreneurship businesses. And of course, the actual open market will be taking place on the Shelter Baptist holiday, the 30th of March, wrapping up International Women's Day with an all-female executive and a beautiful initiative that makes you want to stop here. The Village Wallawah 2022 is coming to you, and we here at TTT are happy to make sure that you get a sample. Now, in terms of the village, it is in the east in San Grande.
It is.
And it is very much my hometown, so I'll be making my way there. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to find out all about who I could shop for, and all my Christmas gifts will be taken care of in this shopping. But we will be back with more that you could add to your list here on the Now Morning Show. Please stay with us.